Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skysworld.com for life coaching and mentoring. Let's talk about attachment. Attachment is a source of suffering, according to the Buddhists. They've figured this out thousands of years ago. Our attachment to things, our attachment to people, our attachment to old versions of self. It's all causes of suffering. Your attachment, clutching attachment for life or for love and validation from others. These are all sources of suffering. You could tie most all suffering to attachment. The slave suffers because they're attached to freedom. I'm not saying slavery is a good thing. I'm just talking about attachment. So it's interesting to look at areas in our lives where we're attached, too attached, and to learn to be more self-sufficient, more of a survivor, to be less dependent upon others. You may be really dependent upon your house, your home. Without your home, you'd be fucked. Well, you have a great source of attachment to your home, and I don't know what you would do if a hurricane came through, or the IRS. Maybe you'd kill yourself. People do. I don't know what you would do if she left you tomorrow. You may be in her arms today, feeling safe and wonderful as you cuddle. She's everything to you. And if she left tomorrow or died, what happens to you? This is all forms of attachment that we have to look at. And it's not that we become apathetic. It's not that you walk around like a zombie. It's not that you refuse to make friends or refuse to fall in love or refuse to buy things. It's just that you don't worship false idols. And that's what this is about. Let's talk about attachment to people. When we're weak, we can become awfully attached to people. We need our support group, we need our friend group, we need our families. But not everybody around you is really going to be with you along the entire journey. They may be here now, but they may not be around in the future, and you don't want to get too attached to that because you may be holding yourself back. Your attachment is like an anchor. And you can be attached to the past and not allow yourself to move forward, not allow your own personal evolution. You can be attached to past relationships and sabotage a future relationship. But as we heal, and as we become stronger, you'll find that you'll be moving faster than people around you. Your best friend from 7 years ago may not be your best friend today because you got up off the path, stopped wallowing in your misery, stopped looking back at the past as it was the glory days and looking towards the future, setting goals, living in the here and now. And then when you turned around, you realized that you were no longer in the same place as your best buddy. It's not that you hate them, you just grew apart. Even if it's baby steps, you take one a day, you'll find after even a short amount of time that you're pretty far away from where you used to be. It's okay to leave people along the path, even if they're really good people. Now, there's a lot of people that may be in your life that are major red flags, broken people. And you're trying to heal yourself, you're trying to be a better version of yourself, you're struggling hard to not just survive, but to make something of your life. But not everybody else around you is really trying like that. You may find yourself doing things that they can't relate to. You may find yourself living a lifestyle that your friends, their family, even your loved ones, that they just simply can't understand. They don't get. They mock you for it. They laugh at you for it. They giggle when you pray. They giggle when you study. They roll their eyes when you are grunting and sweating at the gym. They don't understand why you drive across town to go work out. They don't understand why you're running along that bike path every morning at the crack of dawn. They just don't get it. And they're not doing it with you. And every day goes by, you engage in this mind, body, and soul program of lifestyle management, of positive forward growth, of self-healing and personal development. And people around you don't. It's okay to let them go. It's okay to not have a lot of people with you on your journey. Sometimes people are dead weight. I would rather be alone along this path. Because when I run across another person, maybe like you, who's doing it like me, we can stop for a second and bond and talk and chat and swap stories and tips and tricks and lessons and sit by a fire and drink and smoke and eat good food and be warriors together. Whereas when you're carrying dead weight, these broken people, maybe your girlfriend, maybe a friend of yours, maybe someone that you know from high school that you still haven't gotten rid of, a leaf that hasn't fallen off the tree yet, those types of broken people will absolutely scare away. Maybe scare away is a wrong word. They will repel other strong warriors that you may want to associate with. I learned in the streets that having good associations is everything. Who you're associated with is everything. Your connections are everything. Somebody with a bunch of weak, do nothing, go nowhere connections is also weak, do nothing, and go nowhere. You want good, solid connections. You want connections that are doing things, connections that you look up to, that inspire you, that are doing more than you. And that dead weight, those losers that you're carrying on your journey, those broken people that you still have so much compassion for, these people that are not trying. You're trying, they're not. You're carrying them. You're pushing them in a shopping cart. They may repel some of the good people along your journey. The people that you may have been destined to meet. Really good people, powerful people that may recognize strength and potential in you and that want to help you. But then they may see that you're surrounded by a bunch of knuckleheads, a bunch of go-nowhere, do-nothings, a bunch of scandalous ass, dumpy ass, stupid bitches. And they'll correct themselves and they'll be like, maybe I was wrong. For a second there, I thought that guy was worth a shit, but nah. Look who he's surrounded with. Look who he's with. But more than all that, put all that aside. For our own mentality, that's what really matters. To stay pure. You want to have a sense of purity and righteousness along this journey of self-betterment, of honor. That's what this is you're turning yourself into a man of honor. And when you're a man of honor, you have to shed all dishonorable people. And a dishonorable person is somebody who is not willing to go the extra mile, somebody who's not willing to be disciplined, somebody who can't wake up early and doesn't want to, somebody who doesn't see the sense in reading and in studying and in bettering themselves and in learning and having these grand aha moments where you're sitting with tears in your eyes over just a thought in your head. People that can't relate to that shit, you should just leave them in the dust, man. It's all food for thought.